I guess the onigiri video was like a trial run for this. But honestly, that this might be like a little bit worse. Because I don't know what I'm doing. The onigiri episode, at least it was super simple. I know everything that could have went wrong. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, first I'm gonna cut this cabbage in half. We're gonna use about, let me see what I put here. We're gonna need about 300 grams of this. I'm gonna cut it in half and then peel it, don't worry. Wait, that's a bit much. Let me core it first. So we're gonna core it. So you see this like part, I don't know if you can see on camera, you see this bottom part that's super tough. You want to cut that out. Oh. Can you still see? Oh. I'm trying to focus on the sake. Let me see. Take this away. Did that work? It didn't go away, right? I'm hoping that it's still working. Well, I'm just gonna continue. Okay. So like I was saying, we're gonna core this because that is the part that you don't want to eat. So like this whole section, you can discard that. If you're really earth conscious, you could save all your veggie scraps. I like to put it in the freezer in a Ziploc bag and then use them for like broth cooking and stuff like that, but honestly it takes up a lot of space in your freezer, so if you don't have a lot of freezer space, don't do it. Okay. That's good. 300. I have a bit more than that actually. Let me take out a bit more of the core just in case. I'll just start this bowl for scraps. Oh. I don't know what the new problem is now. The camera keeps turning off. Okay. I need... That's 150 more than what I need. I'm gonna cut that down. I was actually gonna save gyoza making for the Doro Hedoro episode when it comes out, but I guess that is not happening. I will still make it later on, but maybe a slightly different recipe. Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm gonna keep the rest. Right, I think this much. So with the cabbage, oh, I shouldn't block you. With the cabbage, what we want to do is, for the big piece, first you want to vertically slice it into thin sections like this. And then kind of just rotate it around so that you can go crosswise. This will be the easiest way to turn them into really small pieces. You can also like just roughly chop like this, but if we, want to have a starting point, the crosswise is a good way to start. Okay, and then a bigger knife would probably be better for this actually, but just kind of go over them so that you can make it even smaller. You want to get, just imagine like when you have dumplings, the filling is usually quite smooth. So if you don't chop this down, which could be a preference of yours, but if you don't chop this down, it just won't combine well with the meat and other mixture ingredients. Why does Mr. Cameron want us to be sad? I don't know, it was working fine. All these technical issues, man. I really applaud people who stream all the time because I was not expecting everything that was going to happen that happened today. That was crazy. I almost thought we had to like cancel the stream. So thank you guys for your patience, really. I appreciate it. I feel like I should have used a bigger chopping board, but I guess this is the test kitchen. I'm never great at estimating sizes for things. Okay. Let me just finish this up. Yeah, it would be a lot faster if your knife is a bigger size. Oh no! Why does that keep happening? Is it the wire? Wait, it's fully charged. One sec. I don't know why the camera is doing that. Okay. And then I believe in the anime he mentioned that you were gonna salt all of this cabbage. The reason why you want to do that is to draw out the extra moisture in the cabbage, because something like cabbage is mostly just made of water, and if you don't salt it beforehand, when you combine it with all the other ingredients, it's going to produce so much moisture that your dumpling won't be able to hold itself together and everything will just fall apart. So yeah, that's the reason why. It's been so long since I made dumplings. The last time I did it, I think it was with my mom, because she knows how to make them and she was the one who initially taught me how to make them, but I haven't made any in a really, really long time. And also the type that I made was like Chinese dumplings, so I feel like gyoza is very similar but slightly different. Maybe I have a short in my cable. You might be onto something. I don't know if I can fix it for this stream, but I'll look into it afterwards. Yeah. See, like this part is the part in the video where you usually see me just like edit this out because like something like this just takes time, you know? And I want to do this properly. But yeah, like I was saying, I have made dumplings before, but they are a different kind than gyoza. I feel like homemade dumplings are quite worth it to make when you think about the fact that you can make a bunch and then just freeze them, and it can last for a decent while. Especially depending on your health safety tolerance. Okay, I think that's, we'll call that good enough. Okay, let me transfer that into the bowl. And then we'll add some salt to this. And give it a good mix. You can also use other vegetable. Cabbage is just kind of like a default choice. But you can use stuff like, I think in the, I don't remember if he mentioned it in the anime, but in the manga he said you can use bok choy too, so that's still canon. And really any kind of vegetable that you like. I also like using, it's also cabbage, but Napa cabbage is also a good option. What's my favorite type of dumpling? Do I have a favorite dumpling? I feel like all dumplings are pretty good. I do like, okay, like I mainly think of dumpling in terms of whether it's boiled or like pan fried. And there's also fried, but I don't have those as much. So I feel like pan frying is like the best kind because you get like the crispiness along with the juicy insides. But when you boil them, it's pretty nice in like soup and stuff like that. But just boiled by itself, it's also pretty good. But you know, it loses a little bit of points in the texture department for me because it's just like doughy. And then if you're thinking, really thinking in terms of like dumplings, like how far do we go? Cause like pierogies, like kind of a dumpling, or pastas, like certain types of pastas, also dumplings. I guess a lot of things are dumplings if you really think about it. But yeah, I don't know if that really answers your question, but in general, just like any kind of pan fried dumpling, I love them. Okay. Wow, this is quite messy, huh? Usually when I'm not streaming, I'll like try to clean up and stuff like that, but I guess it's a bit rough. Okay, let me check my instructions. Okay, we're just gonna do 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm using sea salt. You can use kosher or table, whatever you prefer. The main goal is to just get the water out, so it doesn't really matter. Ooh, I do like chicken dumpling type of dumpling too. I love any kind of soup or stews, honestly. Ugh, the camera. Um, I don't know if that will potentially keep it on, but I put recording on, but then now it's like kind of in my face. Let me shift that 1 second. I don't know. Maybe that will keep the camera alive. We will see. Okay, where was I? Okay, after you salt the cabbage and then just kind of like give it a good mix. And just let it sit for 5 minutes. And you should see some water start like draining from the cabbage. I say that like I know anything, even though I'm making this recipe specifically for the first time. Okay. In the meantime, let me set an alarm for 5 minutes. Is that gonna be really loud? Maybe. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I wrote in my notes that when you salt the cabbage, another thing that it does is that it wilts the cabbage because water, is like leaving the cabbage structure. So any hard parts of the leaf will also be softened as a result, and you wouldn't just get some parts that are really, really tough. Okay. And then for next part, oh, I gotta chop the chives too. I forgot about that. Is this washed? Rinse before use. Actually, even if it does say that it's washed, do you really believe them? Like, maybe I just have trust issues, but even if they say it's washed, I don't really want to believe them unless I'm like really lazy. Does my camera have sleep mode? Maybe it... I don't know if my camera has sleep mode. Okay, I think it does if it's not actively doing anything. But it seemed like earlier in the stream it was fine. But now that we're still on the stream, so I don't know why it just started like acting out. But let me watch this. I'll be right back. Yeah. Is that too crazy? Wait, let me crop in just a little bit. Is that a little bit better? Maybe? Okay. For the chives, let me move this out. For the chives, it's also very similar. You want it in small pieces. So the easiest way is this is already like bundled up, but you can see that if you just fold it a couple of times, it makes chopping it into like smaller pieces much more efficient. So just kind of chop it the same way you would like scallions or green onion. The small bite-sized pieces. Wait, this isn't even bite-sized. What am I talking about? Just tiny, tiny, tiny pieces. So, if you're wondering what the difference between chives, if it's not an ingredient that you use commonly, it's more frequently used in Japanese or Chinese cuisine. So the difference between that and green onion is that it might seem obvious, but okay, hear me out. Like, they look very similar, but their main difference is that chives is more in the garlic family, so it has a little bit of that garlicky taste. And also, and compared to green onion or scallions, which, you know, it's in the name, they're from the onion family. So that's kind of like the main difference. Even though they look very similar, they have very flavor profile wise, they're very different. Yes. Oh, I missed a few. They try to escape from me. Okay. Let me rinse off my knife. Also, when you chop them, obviously you can smell them from where you are, but I can smell that they're quite garlicky in scent. Keep the knife clean. And then what's next? Okay. I can't read. Sometimes I question if I'm actually like dyslexic. Okay, in a large bowl, combine. Oh my god. Oh, my heart. It's not even the fact that it's loud, just like alarms now as an adult give me like PTSD. What was I saying? In a large bowl, combine ground pork with all the seasonings. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna set this aside first. And then we're gonna start with the meat. Okay. How do I handle this hygienically in a streaming setup? Let me see. Scissors. Okay. I think I said 200 grams of this in my notes. Yes, 200 grams. Obviously, if you're really making this, you can always make more. I'm just doing a test, so I'm not gonna go crazy in case the dumplings come out sucking. But I'm really hoping not. Like, I mean, what can go wrong, right? Famous last words. Okay. I guess I'll just use my hands. I washed it, I promise. 160, 175, 200. Okay, that's good. This hand is still good. I'm gonna store this one sec. It went around. So far it might not seem like much because this bowl is ridiculously big, but All this is gonna make about 50 to 60 dumplings. Kind of crazy. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so we're gonna combine this with salt, pepper, soy sauce, chicken stock, sake, garlic. I also put sugar, but does he have sugar in his recipe? I feel like he didn't. Maybe I'll take sugar out. Trust in Mukoda. Okay. Look, I'm so dedicated. I found the soy sauce that he uses. It's probably not exactly the same, but based on the packaging, it looks pretty similar. Let's see. Measuring spoon. Okay. Need 1 tablespoon of this. And then, see, I even have this too. It's minced garlic. He's pretty lazy, so he just uses the squeezy kind. We're just gonna guesstimate 1 tablespoon. Yeah. Okay. Add more if you like garlic. I do like garlic, but we gotta start off somewhere. And then 1 teaspoon of ginger. Is this still good? It says Best Buy on the cap. Yeah, this is expired, but I'm not gonna talk about it. Just 1 teaspoon. If you don't see me anymore after this stream, it's the ginger. Yeah, trust me, it is a lot of dumpling. And I'm just doing this as the test version, and I'm still gonna have to like make it for, you know, like the proper video. So I'm gonna have at least like 100 dumplings in my house, which is crazy. And half a tablespoon cooking sake. I actually don't know this. If anyone does, tell me the answer. What's the difference between like drinking sake and cooking sake? Is cooking sake just like shitty sake that no one wants to drink? So they just like sell it to you for cooking in the same way that you use like the cheapest white wine when you need white wine for recipes. And then 1 teaspoon of chicken stock powder. Okay. Open this. I don't know what this chicken MSG stuff is made of, but probably don't have too much of it. 1 teaspoon. Let's see. And then pepper. I lost this for a while, and then now I have it again, so we'll see. Just a little bit. And then a little bit of salt, too. I'm just gonna pour. just missed all of it. Oh my god. That was half a teaspoon, so another teaspoon. Okay. There we go. And then work the ingredients until I get a smooth and sticky mixture. I think my hands are clean, but I'm gonna wash it again. Okay, I'm back. Okay, and then we just have to mix this. This feels like so little now. Okay. Combine this, and then we'll have to add the cabbage and the chives too. I didn't forget about those. I don't know if you can hear this through the mic, but it's not a pleasant sound. Now I'm just thinking about orcs again, because JT mentioned earlier about orc meat. Ugh. But I'm sure this will be really tasty. Okay. Like I said earlier, that I'm basing this off of what Mukoda suggested, but some other things that you can add for, you know, just like a deeper flavor can be like oyster sauce, sesame oil. You can increase like the lard content. If you ever have like meat and there's too much fat, you can trim some off and then just freeze it and store that in your freezer. And then for times like this, you can add the lard in. I actually do have lard in my freezer, but I'm not gonna use it right now because, again, trying to stay true to the enemy. Okay. You know, maybe I should buy gloves, but I don't like being wasteful, because with my hands I can always just wash it again. But let me tell you, when I'm filming, like, this is not so bad, but when I'm filming and I have to move the camera around, can you even imagine how many times I have to like wash my hands in between every single like shot change I have? Because I don't want to get like flour or even worse, meat on the camera. I wish I could make this for you guys and then we can all share. That would be so nice. But the technology isn't there yet. Imagine if we had like virtual, somehow you can like taste through a stream. That would be kind of crazy, you know? So I imagine like a lot of lawsuits will happen. Cause like, what if I just like, instead of feeding you a dumpling, I just fed you a shoe? Not saying that I would, but just an example. Okay. Okay, we're almost there. Me and my weak arms. Okay. I think it's pretty good now. So I guess I should show the camera. So this is what I mean by like sticky. You see how it's more like a paste now rather than like ground meat? Yeah. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Let me wash my hand now. And I'm also gonna deal with the cabbage. So I might have to do this off camera, but I don't know if you can see, but there's some liquid pooling on the bottom now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna strain out the liquid and also just give the cabbage a good squeeze so that all the water can come off of it. Be right back. I'll leave this here and I'll take this with me and I'll wash my disgusting hands. I don't know if this is the efficient way to do it, but I drained the liquid and then now I'm just kind of like pushing down with like a paper towel to get any of the excess moisture. And also earlier, the reason why we only added a teaspoon of salt to the meat is because we also have a teaspoon of salt in this cabbage that will be combined. I think it's better, especially with dumplings, to undersalt it than oversalt it. Because if you undersalt, you can always just, use more of a dipping sauce. But if you oversalt it, then the dumpling is just gonna suck and you're gonna have 60 of them. Okay, I think this is good enough. I think that got a decent bit of the water. And then... Okay, I think Okay. And then... He didn't add this, but I am gonna do this part, which is to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to the cabbage. What I write in my notes. The cornstarch will act as like a binder and then also keep the filling from being too watery and retain the juices of all the different ingredients together like that. Whereas everything would... Wait, when you say gloves are really worth it, do you mean like reusable gloves or like disposable gloves? Because I'm thinking like disposable. Because it's like, I don't know, kind of wasteful for me. I don't like using things and then throwing it away. What's I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna get cornstarch. Did I read that right? Did I write 1 tablespoon? Okay. I said 1 tablespoon. Kind of feels like a lot, but we'll see, I guess. Maybe I should just do half. Kind of scared. Because starch can also make it taste super... Nah, trust. The me who wrote this recipe, I must believe that I was not drunk when I did this. Just give this a good mix. I feel like in the future, if I do this kind of streams again, I should probably play some kind of like background music, huh? Because otherwise, like the times when I'm not talking or if I just like run off somewhere else, I don't know, is it like a little bit too awkward? Oh my god. Daniel, go to sleep. It's 2 a.m. Or you can leave the stream on. I don't think I'll yell or anything. You can like fall asleep to the stream. Sometimes I feel like I should be like way more excited on camera and stuff like that, but it's just kind of like not really me. Maybe I'm just getting old. I don't have the energy to like keep up with like the TikTok people. Record myself doing beatbox and use that as the background. I feel like that would be so distracting. You just be like laughing the whole time at how terrible it is. Like it'd just be like boots and cats and boots and cats. Okay. I combined that and then what was I gonna do? Oh, I wrote like a pretty good tip here actually, kind of retracing our steps a little bit. If you make a lot of meat, what you can do to make sure that your seasoning is right is you can take a little bit, just a little bit, and then microwave it. And that way it'll be safe. Obviously make sure it's cooked, but then it'll be safe for you to taste test. Then you wouldn't just like make like a mega batch and then everything is just like messed up. But I'm not gonna do that today because I want to be surprised. Maybe I'll regret that. Who knows? Okay. We'll add the cabbage now and also the chives. I'll be very honest here. If anything is wrong, I'll tell you guys when I do the taste test. I won't hold back. Because I mean, this is the test kitchen after all. Okay. And chives go into. This is kind of like ASMR for you guys. I can't hear what you hear, so... Or is it just like really annoying? I guess when I go back to watch this, I'll find out. Okay, combine. I'm surprised that I have a higher ratio of vegetable. Higher ratio of vegetable to meat. I thought that would make the meat a lot more than the veggies. I think it's because I believe that the vegetable will cook down and then it'll become more balanced. But right now, like, this is kind of like what what we were looking at. A lot more green. So I'll cook this, see how it goes, and then we can adjust from there. Okay. Okay. And then, okay. Now we're gonna make, everything is mixed up now. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm gonna start making the actual dumplings. Okay. First, we'll make a slurry, which you will use for closing like the dumpling. Think of it as like the dumpling glue. Yeah, that's a appetizing way to think about it. Oh wait, I need this starch. What did I write here? 100 ml. Okay. We're gonna do 100 mLs of water and then 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. Okay, be right back. Okay, where's my teaspoon? Oh, I threw it in there. One sec. Okay. The 30 minutes recording time was up, so I had to go and record again for another 30 minutes. Wait, one sec. Oh, I just realized I can make it go away. Can I? No, I can't. Never mind. I thought I could make the top label thingy go away. I need to get more just like, why don't they sell just tablespoons and teaspoons? Because I feel like you use those the most. And now that they're 30, I have to use like a quarter. It's just an awkward amount. So I use 4 of these. Okay. And then you just do a shot with this. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That's disgusting. Okay, we got our glue. And then we got our dumpling wrappers. Yes, these are not homemade, sue me. I mean, I think it's fine. You can make them on your own, but it's not really worth the effort for just, you know, like casual home cooking. I don't know where my clean scissors are, so I'm just gonna have to use all of these, I guess. Because now they're tainted. by meat scissors. Wait, there must be a better way to open this. Am I dumb? Okay. Okay. Look, after all the chaos with the technical difficulties of the stream, I don't have the capacity to like really think anymore, okay? So if I'm doing stupid things, just let me be. Okay, so one thing that's super important, once you open it, anytime you're not using it, cover it with a damp piece of towel, or in this case just a paper towel, because it will dry out super quickly if you leave it be. But yeah. One sec. I need to prepare a tray as well. How do people keep their trays looking nice? Is it even possible? Like mine just looks like this. I'm just using a little T-ball thing. It's a very effective duster. So you just want to dust this, and then like it will keep the dumplings from just sticking to the tray. Obviously. Oh, that's a lot. I was just saying that it's effective, but this is just user error. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's a lot, but it's okay. Oh. Wait, sorry, I'm reading. You subscribe 5 times if I do a shot of the cornstarch. One sec. I'll do a small one, okay? I think that's pretty fair. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great. It's not great. I'm gonna hold you to that. I mean, it's literally just flour, water. I'm not sure what either of us were expecting there. They buy new trays every month. I know, right? Some people just keep their trays so nice. I don't know how they do it. It doesn't taste like corn. It tastes like flour. I wish it tastes like corn. It'd be like diluted corn soup. Okay, we're getting off track here. What was I doing? Yes, making. Okay. Where can I put this where it will make sense? I guess I can move this. Oh. Clean up is gonna be interesting. Get a spoon. So each dumpling is gonna hold about, I wanna say like a tablespoon of filling. But if you're someone who is prone to overfilling it, because you take the tablespoon and then you do like a heaping tablespoon, then I recommend just starting with the teaspoon first. Because you can always add more, but it's like annoying to have to like take filling out of the dumpling. But yeah. Then I'm just gonna touch this a little bit so that I have flour on my hand, the left hand, or the other way around if you're left-handed. So taking one sheet like that, we're gonna fill it with a small amount. You see how that's kind of already 1 tablespoon? That's why it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. Then I think it might even be a bit too much. This is how you get 50 dumplings. Crazy stuff. Okay. Okay. And then just want to make sure I didn't miss any steps. Okay. Here's the hard part. It's been a while since I've done this, so we're just gonna learn on stream, okay? So initially, okay, I'll show you how to make the super simple version first, the not pretty version, but it'll work. Which is you just line the slurry around the rim, and then you literally just like close it like a taco. Now, the real question is, are tacos dumplings or are dumplings tacos? Okay, so this is like the no frills version. Like there's literally no design or anything. Your only job is to make sure that the edges are sealed fully so that it doesn't just like pop open when you cook it. Okay? This is like the dummy proof version. I know some of us will still mess it up, but I want to believe, okay? So, no design or anything, and then you just set this down. So, if you want to do the version that Makoto does, I'll show you. Or at least I'll try to show you. Same thing, same thing. Dumplings are wet tacos. I think they might be. They might be. Because with both, you get a balance of meat and vegetables, and then they just get transported into this little semicircle pouch of deliciousness. Okay. So this time we do half. And then I'm gonna fold it. But like not fully. So from this part onwards, I feel like I need to bring the camera into zoom. One sec. Okay, can you see better now? Okay, so we're gonna fold it, like pleat it like this. Make a small pleat, so a small zigzag, and then you press it down. With a little bit of water so that it can hold itself down. And then you do that again at just kind of like an interval of your choice. Do note that when you do this kind of like pattern version, the tricky part is it's more noticeable if you overfill your dumpling because, you know, there's less skin to wrap around it fully. Yeah. So, yeah, this is how you do it. Like this song, don't copyright me. That looks pretty good. Come on, someone validate me. That looks pretty good, right? Where am I going? Okay, now we're just gonna have to do this like, what, 48 more times? I feel like someone should keep a timer on me to make sure that I actually finish this today. Or maybe I shouldn't finish this today. I could just do like 20 and then just start cooking it because I kind of really want to eat. And I don't know if you guys want to watch me make like 50 to 60 of this just on stream. Because I can make more of this on my own time. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you. How much do you usually pay for dumplings at a restaurant? I don't think I had gyoza or any kind of dumplings outside in a long time. But I also don't eat out often because I don't know, man. Inflation has been like crazy and the tip rates just keep going up. I I can't afford to like eat outside anymore. Which is ironically why I started like cooking a lot, was because there was so many things that I wanted to eat that I just like couldn't bring myself to do it outside. Maybe I should point the camera down a little bit. One sec. There we go. Now you can actually see what is going on. I know my face is not in it, but the food is the main character here. Okay. I'm moving super slow because I'm honestly just like overwhelmed by all the technical difficulties that happened like much earlier. And I'm also just tired and hungry. But I'll do my best. What's a normal dinner time for you guys? I feel like 7 is pretty standard. Sometimes I'll eat at 8, but then beyond that it gets kind of sketchy. Like I might get indigestion, even though I don't sleep that early. $20 to $25. That's a lot. That's pretty expensive. Isn't like $20 to $25 like main course? Cause to me like, oops, I overfilled this. To me like dumplings is more of an appetizer rather than like a main course. Maybe I'm just like out of touch or just don't want to face reality that this is what we have come to. Okay, this one's a little bit big. I'm just hoping it won't pop open when I cook it. Okay, I'll just do 20 because this is taking too long. Unless you like to just watch me wrap them on repeat. Get some human connection for the day instead of talking to AI chatbots. Are you guys concerned? This is such a jump in topic, but are you guys concerned about like all the AI stuff that is going on? Like I feel like we're progressing like at a really quick speed, and I can't, like I'm overwhelmed. I can't handle it. Okay, 2025 for main course dumplings makes sense. 8989 makes 89 is a pretty good price. Wait, no, for 6 that's about right, I think. Wow, handmade gyoza for 15 at the buffet. That's pretty good. Right? Like that's what I'm saying. AI is getting really freaky. Like right now we're still at the point where we can see that oh, it's it's AI. It looks kind of like janky. But like what if we get to the point where we can't tell anymore? Then I don't even know what to do. Like what if we get to the point like, where say like, like this stream, like it's not even me. It's just a AI simulated stream. That'd be crazy. Yeah, AI ads. I feel like we're living in some kind of like Black Mirror timeline. Um, Recently, I was traveling and I came across like a couple of ads. One was for like a shoe brand, and they straight up just used like AI images for the models. And it looked AI, so that was very weird. And it was like a big shoe brand. I'm not gonna say who because I don't want to get in trouble, but I thought that was wild. And then next to it was this one I'm just gonna say because that's literally what their product is. Like I think it's friends.com. It's like you pay for some kind of subscription and then you get this pendant that you can wear that is digitally connected to like an AI friend so that they can listen in and be present with you throughout the day and comment on the things that are going on around you. I don't know, that's like so Black Mirror, that's like crazy. Like I used to love watching Black Mirror, but now it feels like we're just getting too close to that and seriously like getting quite scary. Like it used to be like, oh, like that's a cool concept, you know. But now it's like, oh my god, we literally have that. It's just I don't know. And then there was a period of time and I feel like a lot of people don't see what the problem is, but um those like Ghibli art generators, I think they're still quite popular. But that's just, straight up stealing a art style with no consent from the creators. Just so that you can generate a piece of art for fun. Like, to some extent, I get it. Like, people who do it don't think that much about it, but maybe we should think more about it. Because when AI was, a thing, like when I was younger and we thought about AI, it was supposed to be like a helpful tool. That or, it becomes sentient and like takes over the world. That's a different problem entirely, but it used to be like the thought was that it was gonna be like a helpful tool, but then now it's just like literally replacing everybody and all the work that they're doing in creative spaces. And I don't know, that's so sad. And we're, to some extent, it's like, I know I'm saying we're letting it happen, but on the other hand, it's like, I don't know what we can do, right? Maybe they can program something that detects AI. Will that program be also made with AI? Like AI fighting against AI type of thing? Yeah, it's really sad to see people consuming other people's effort without much thought. I think it's just everything's moving so fast now with, social media and things like that. Even like for me, right? Like making this kind of like food content, I feel really stressed out sometimes because I feel like, just can't keep up. So now I'm just kind of like giving up and trying to do things at my own pace and not stress about it. Because especially for people who are, like trying to do creative things as like on the side kind of thing. Like I have a day job, so it's like I can't compete with like AI to be churning out content nonstop. Even if I didn't have a day job, I mean, I couldn't do it, but you get my point. Yeah, yeah, boomers really do be gobbling it all up. Which was really interesting because I thought that they would be the ones who would be, resistant to new tech. But I guess if it's just made, something is just made and then like serve up in front of them, then they don't really care if it's AI slop or not. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just like reading the comments and stuff. Yeah, I don't know, it's crazy to see that big brands are so ready to adopt it when they definitely have the budget to, be hiring humans to make their stuff. But it's better for the shareholders, I guess. I don't know, like I hope that this is just one of those things where whenever we get a crazy new piece of like tech or as a society advance like way far on one end and then eventually like like goes the other way to like normalize in a way, because right now I feel like things are just going and it's the Wild Wild West and there's just no rules. There's no rules on you know what copyrighted work the AI can sample. It's just taking stuff from the internet and regurgitating that in some kind of like Frankenstein way. It's quite messed up too that it's so confident with, spreading a lot of misinformation as well. It just sometimes like tell you stuff as facts. Like, you know how like when you Google things and at the top now it just like summarizes an answer for you, and then sometimes it's just like some like crazy stuff. Like you'd be like, oh, like I have a headache, what should I do? And then they'll tell you to like jump off the Golden Gate Bridge because that's what one Reddit person said. And that's like, obviously incorrect, but there's definitely times when it just confidently tells you things that might seem like it would be correct but isn't. And then at this point with the video like generated video stuff, which it's only getting better at. How long before we just like have people rewriting historical facts and then we can't even like tell the difference anymore? Like how do we trace back what's the truth? Everything's gonna get mixed up. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. SARS is really scary. Like right now, like I try to like always click like don't recommend, don't recommend. But I've seen like a couple of things. And right now it's just like, oh haha, goofy stuff. And then it's like, tagged with Sora and stuff like that. But I feel like we're not really not that far away from it just being mixed with everything else. Like one day you might see someone like a AI channel that just makes like, I don't even know if I should talk about it. What if like there's an AI channel that just makes like anime food like me, except it's like AI, but maybe nobody can tell. That would be crazy. Because right now, like, a lot of the art and the stuff they do has that weird AI look, but I don't know. At some point, maybe it won't. I feel like AI, everything has its own AI nowadays. Yeah, like, I feel like nowadays people like to just use it, especially like big brands and companies like to use it as a buzzword to make it seem like, they're high tech or whatnot. And like initially it was like, oh, maybe they're just talking about, regular technology and saying that it's AI. But no, maybe now they're more serious. Oh, that timer's gonna go down. Ah, one sec. We're we're okay. AI music. Oh, yeah. Sometimes like sometimes I listen to music that, doesn't have lyrics because it can be too distracting for me, especially if it's like new music. And there's just so much of that is just like made by AI now. Like maybe you guys seen it too, like all those like lo-fi channels. Because it's like honestly such a good way to make money, I guess, because people, you know, go into the video and then you just like leave it to play for like hours. Or even those like ASMR type channels. Like I know some that are, for example, like, like rain ambience or rain sounds. I feel like that could easily be AI. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, especially with like niche music, any kind of techno. They're taking everything. Like art and music and stuff is supposed to be, like the fun things that people want to be doing. And now they're just taking over that first. And then they're coming for day jobs next. It's like I miss the times when it hasn't been that way for a long time, but making things used to be cherished more as like people, you know, appreciate the effort and it's like a high value thing. And that has just, you know, like slowly diminished over time. I mean, like even just an example, it's like we can't just have people be, or at least like there's much fewer, right? Like there's not as many people who are just like, you know, sculpting as their day job anymore. And we have just, you know, like slowly moved away from art being like a super important or appreciated thing as a whole. And then now with AI, it's just like, it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, exactly, Matt. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Goddamn bots coming to take our jobs. I'm pretty sure they will. I won't say what my job is, but I'm pretty sure they will take my job in due time. And it's like kind of awkward because it's like I'm being strongly suggested to essentially train them to like take my job. We're almost done here. Ooh, I made this one too full. I don't know how we ended up on this topic. I don't know what dumplings has to do with like AI doom, but here we are. Okay. Okay. Almost there, almost there. This is what I mean, like maybe only through like half the stack. And it's taking a minute, man. I'm gonna finish up the 20 and then I'm gonna cook because I am so hungry. Joke's on me when I said that this stream was maybe gonna be 2 hours. Oh, okay. That's way too much. I'm rushing now, so the greed is greeting. Gonna have to seal that properly. I kind of worry some of this might like pop open while I'm cooking. Hopefully not. How can I make videos more efficient? I don't even know how, cuz I'm testing the recipe now, and then I'm gonna have to make the real thing one more time for video. And then I have to edit that too. Yeah, at least I made 17. Honestly, I'm just worried that you guys will be bored. That's the constant struggle of, I guess, anyone who makes any kind of YouTube or just like content creation in general is like worrying that you're making people bored. Even with the videos, I feel like sometimes I try to like cut things at a quicker pace because I'm scared that people will get bored. Maybe I'm contributing to the attention span problem. But like, you know, this is the reality. If you're a home cook, things just take time. I mean, I'm sure like someone like my mom could probably do this faster, but with my energy levels and my lack of skills, this is, and also talking on camera live, this is as fast as I can go. So it was, I really overestimated myself when I thought that I could do the whole pack. But it's not too bad. At least I can finish. And I can eat. And that's the part I'm looking forward to. Not that I don't like chatting with you guys, but I am also really hungry. We can keep chatting. I just want to eat the dumpling. You can actually do much more fancier patterns than just this ones, obviously, but we're keeping it basic, keeping it simple. Plus, the more complicated patterns, the harder it is to like make sure it's sealed, because you see like how, I don't think you can see it, but it like pops open slightly like that. If it's popping open now, when you cook it, there's an even higher chance that it'll pop open. So make sure you seal that really well. Staple it if you have to. Just make sure you take the staples out before you microwave it. Aw, thank you, Alfie. I don't know, I just thought about streaming more because honestly, I make a lot of, I film a lot of videos and then I just don't come around to editing them in time because I am only one person and also I have ADHD. For those of you guys who saw the post, this is the 4th day now that I tried being on medication and it's helping a lot, but it has really, really royally fucked up my sleep schedule. Like the first day, I couldn't sleep until 3 and then I woke up like wide awake at 4. And that was after I binge watched like the rest of the episodes for Hikaru died. So I don't know, I woke up and was like thinking about some scary ghost imageries, you know. That was horrible. And then the next 2 days were slightly better because I didn't follow that up with, you know, watching horror content before bed. But I still did not have a good time. One of the days I couldn't sleep until 5. And then the next day I was actually able to fall asleep, but it was only because I slept so little the first day. So that's something that I'm gonna have to work on. I'm just not great at taking the medication early enough in the day. Like I really want to be taking it at 7, but I also realized that I have to eat a pretty decent breakfast. Like I need food in my stomach before I can take it, or else like it just makes me feel like my heart is gonna like explode every time it gets like intense. Yeah, I think it's kind of evening out right now, and it's a lot better. Um, like even today, like I took it. I felt anxious, but that's just because of the stream, and everything that could have went wrong anyway. So at this point, I just like resigned to that, and it seems okay. It does suppress my appetite a lot. Um, and in a weird way, it's also kind of like helping with my like eating disorders because I'm like combined with like having ADHD, my brain is just always looking for like constant dopamine hits. And someone who loves food, like sometimes it just, you know, looks for food to be that dopamine hit, which can lead me to like binge eating, so that can be very difficult. And I noticed that when I'm on medication, one part is like my appetite is suppressed, although I'm still making sure I'm eating my main meals. But the other part is like there's no more food noise because like, you know, my brain chemicals are actually balanced for once, so I'm not just trying to get like dopamine hits. I'm just actually, you know, enjoying the things that I'm doing instead of just like, yeah, looking for something to fill that gap. Okay, I actually made 21, but okay. We can finally cook. It's 3 a.m. now and you're getting hungry. Sorry about that. Oops. I'm just like you for real. How? Like with the ADHD struggles? It was actually kind of relaxing making the dumplings. Oh, okay. This is a good time to tell you. If you want to freeze these, this is a good time to do it. So you just pop the dumplings into the freezer and let it like flash freeze until it feels like a little bit solid, and then you can like toss it into a Ziploc bag. If you just bag this right away, the moisture from the dumplings is gonna cause them to all stick together, and then that's gonna be a real bitch and a half to like separate when you want to cook them. So try to keep that in mind. I'm gonna cook this right away, so I'm not even gonna like freeze them. Let me adjust the camera. Okay. Oh, haven't read the instructions for a while. Let's see. Blah 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 blah. Okay, on a pan, medium heat. Remember this? I had such a hard time with the onigiri. That was both hilarious and really hard to watch. Let's see if I learned anything from the last time. So place this in. The fuck? Okay, yeah. Okay. Preferably have it face me. I'm gonna put that in a bag. One sec. Let me just tidy up for a second here. I want this to go bad. I'm probably gonna make them tomorrow. So I'll seal this and just pop it back in the fridge. You can usually buy this in the Asian grocery store and they will come, I found mine in the frozen section. So before you use them, just like overnight toss it in the fridge so that it can defrost slowly. Or else you're gonna have a really bad surprise when you take this out and you make everything and then you realize that the whole stack is frozen, so you can't even make the dumplings. I should probably move this mic away, huh? Or I can move this further away. I'm just scared that it's gonna splatter on the mic. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, don't put your face too close when you do that, or else you might, you know, fry off your eyebrows. Okay. Got that on medium heat. Just enough oil to coat the pan. If you need a measurement, probably about 1 tablespoon. Gonna let that heat up. So at this point, things will happen relatively fast. What we're gonna do is, once the pan is hot, we're gonna arrange the dumplings in a spiral without them touching each other. And then, let's see. I can't estimate how many will fit here. I want to say safely 12, but possibly more. I might just do 10. I'll do 10 just because then I get 2 tries. Because if they're both bad, then I'm screwed. Okay, and then we're gonna cook the bottom of the dumpling until it's nicely browned. And then we're gonna add the slurry water. Do I need to make more? I did not specify how much slurry to add. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, roughly divide this in half, or maybe I should just make more. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a tablespoon and then just like scoop some out. And if it looks good to me, that I'll note that down, okay? How about that? I'm gonna be the guinea pig here. Okay. And then we're gonna cook until the liquid in the pan is gone, or about 4.5 minutes. Okay. Uncover and then drizzle with sesame oil. I have sesame oil here. Okay. And then invert over a large plate. Let me prepare that. These plates are not pretty, but they're basically indestructible. Does it need to be bigger? No, I think I can do this. I'll just like cover it and then go like pew. Okay. Now I'm kind of nervous. That took a while. And I only have 2 tries. Should I do like a smaller one? Like maybe 10 is too high stakes. A bit scared now. Good night, Daniel. Good night, Daniel. It's good that you're finally going to sleep. And thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Matt asked me about the medication time. So, with the medication timing, I mean, like, honestly, the doctor was just like, try to take it earlier. And that's kind of the crux of the issue, is that I'm not good at taking it earlier. Let's see. Gonna just. Ooh, okay, yeah, that's hot. That's hot. Oh my god. I swear, I'm not trying to make this a chaotic episode. Now I'm kind of scared. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cover it with this to prevent the splatters, if there is any. If I don't add more water, we should be okay. 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 Oh, I'm scared. Why am I so scared? God. I should have done this earlier. Oh. Else my hair is gonna smell like dumplings. Okay. 4.5. No, wait. Did I say? Just until it's brown, basically. We can pick it up to check. So this pot is not that high stakes yet. I'm scared. I'm scared. I feel like my pans are never that even. The oil ends up like getting pulled on one side. But it is what it is. Oh wait, I need to restart the camera. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're actually almost getting there. I want it just to be a little bit browner. Just a little bit. Why am I so scared? Oh my god, those are already opening up. One thing I forgot to do, when you're making the dumplings, you really want to be covering this entire tray with cling wrap. It's too late for me, but if you cover it with cling wrap, it'll keep the dumplings from drying out. Because you can't see it, but one of them is opening up on the sides because it's getting too dry. Let me see if I can fix it now. I feel like I shouldn't fuck with it too much, but... Okay. Okay. Oh, well, that one's just flour. Yeah, you see how this one is all flour? Remember to shake your flour off, because I did not. But yeah. I think when it gets about this much, it's good. the heat's a bit uneven, so some are getting hotter than others. Ah, the simple dumpling doesn't have a shape that is conducive of like sitting down. Because when you do the pleated method, like the dumpling has more of an ass. It could be both. I think the shuffling around is both the ADHD and also just because the pan is not great. Okay. I think I'm gonna call that done. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go for it now. I'm gonna add the slurry in. Oh, this guy keeps falling over. I'm gonna add the slurry in and then we're gonna cover it, okay? My cover is not even nearby. 1 second. Oh my god, I'm gonna burn the dumplings. Okay, that needs a lot more. Okay, we need enough to fill the whole bottom, basically. And then I'm gonna cover. Come on. My spiral. No. Things are not looking good, guys. Okay. I'll stop fucking with it. It says 4.5 minutes, but I might run out of water sooner than that. So, should I test if I can still add water at this point? Or maybe not. Maybe I should just leave it. Wait, I'm gonna add the water. I have another batch. So this is like the part that is new to me. Usually when you make like Chinese style dumplings, like you don't add this slurry part. And if I didn't explain, the slurry is so that you can get that gyoza wing, which is that crispy circle around the gyoza that is, both kind of just like fun to eat and also just cool to look at. I don't think I've ever made that before, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. I ended up using basically whatever was left of that, so we can call that like 80 mLs of slurry. Okay, and then it's about 4.5 minutes or until the liquid has all evaporated. I guess the reason why I added the rest of it in was that I was worried that the liquid would evaporate fully before the dumpling is fully done. So, I don't want to be eating raw dumplings. I don't think anyone does. So, more liquid just in case. I rather overcook the dumpling than undercook it. Like, I don't think you can see in here, but it's not like the dumplings are like flooded. They're just like a thin layer of water so that it can like slowly cook off as steam, but also cook the dumplings on the inside without sacrificing the crispy bottom and turning it into boiled dumplings. But yeah, I should not have shaken the pan because it was in a good formation, and then when I shook it, obviously I messed it up. I don't know why I did that. Just a impulsive thing. If this turns out good, I'm just gonna eat this and before I make the other one because I'm really really hungry. But if this doesn't turn out so good, then I'll cook the other ones that I do have. Also, I kind of cheated. I only did 8 of them just in case it didn't turn out so good. Do I have a Halloween costume planned? No. I don't. I would love to dress up for Halloween, but I don't know where I would even go, to be honest. Like, I like going to haunted houses and stuff like that, but it's so dark that no one can see my costume. I think the last time I put on a costume was for like an anime convention. The downside of that is now I have a Mitsuri wig that I don't know what to do with. Because that's such a specific hair color, like pink and green. Yeah, and it's Mitsuri from Demon Slayer, like the Love Hashira. So now it's just sitting in my dresser with no additional purpose. I did not set a timer, did I? Has that been 4 minutes? The dumpling's looking almost cooked. Okay, I'm gonna give it like a minute more. Because there's still some water, it's not fully gone. So I don't know if I... Okay, no, I think that's okay. But yeah, no, I do not have a Halloween costume prepared. Oh yeah, I could do a cosplay cooking stream. Maybe that will be reason to repurpose the wig that I already have. What cosplays have I done? I have done Mitsuri from Demon Slayer. I've done Kobeni from Chainsaw Man. She's the one who like cries a lot and panics a lot, and then she just like snaps. Okay, I think we're almost there. Yeah, and then she snaps and then it's like super badass. That was easy because oh my god, I didn't really have to do anything about the wig. I just like used my own brown hair. And then what else have I done? I've done from what's that idol show? I suddenly can't remember. The one where she like dies on episode 1 and then it's about the twins who are reincarnated, and that sounds super crazy. But that idol show, I did her, except I dressed up as the version where she got like stabbed. Okay. Okay. And then we just need to... Okay, we're gonna turn this up to high. And cook for 30 seconds. Maybe you can hear me, but I'm yelling because it's very loud for me. Yes, I Hoshino. Oh, you're right. We don't know about her devil contract. I don't know, man. I don't see no wing. I don't see no wing. I think there's not enough liquid. Well, good thing I didn't make too many of them. Okay. I'm sure that was about 30 seconds. I'm turning off the heat. I'm gonna do the transfer I think it. So I don't know if you can see it, but the wing thing not working out. It's it's not much of a wing as it is just like burnt stuff on the bottom of the pan. Um, the dumplings themselves look okay though. It's just that there's like no wing. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. This is really awkward. Like I said, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. We have one. Okay, I'm not even gonna do the top down thing. See, like the dumplings themselves are fine. It's just the wing is not wing. Like this one has a little bit of the wing. Like that looks right, but I think I need to increase the slurry amount. Ooh, that one looks pretty good. Okay, so lessons learned here. I'm gonna have to wash my pan. Uh, lessons learned here. For the slurry part, what I had, I think even 100 ml is not even close to it. I think especially for a pan this big. Or it could be because I shorted and only did 8 dumplings. If I pack this pan super full, maybe that slurry amount will work. But we will see. Yeah, I know it's not looking so great. Let me rinse this, and then can we just eat this first? I will try again with the other dumplings, but I want to eat first. I'm also gonna share some with my partner because he's been waiting patiently while I stream this. Here you go. What kind of dipping sauce do you guys like? I'm a vinegar kind of person. Vinegar with a little bit of soy or just vinegar? Okay. Oh. I just dropped my chopsticks. Damn it. Whatever. I'll get another one. like this so you can see me. Yeah, oh, okay. So the super simple one, it just looks like this. I feel like this is a more common shape in Korean dumplings, mandu. But for gyoza, it's really hard to stand it up. So I recommend that you try to do the pleated method, even though it's a little bit more troublesome. I swear to God, if it's not cooked. That filling is pretty good. I feel like even a little, I didn't use soy sauce, and I feel like for me, it's a little bit on the saltier side. So I might even, let me think. I might cut salt from adding to the meat because the cabbage is already salted with that 1 teaspoon of salt, and plus we added soy sauce. So that might already be a lot of salt. But the flavor wise is pretty good. I forgot to add the sesame oil on top when it's cooking. Can I do it now? Wait, why do I have 3? Where did this come from? Nani? Nani the fuck? Whatever. Hopefully it's not the one from the floor. No, it's not. Okay, that's good. Let me bring this down. So that you can hear me talk while I eat. Although it might get kind of annoying. Is it eating ASMR or is it just noise? Oh, look at that one. You see that crispy bottom? That's pretty. Oh, chili oil. I know I'm getting distracted, but that's a good suggestion. The biggest size of laukanma is the only acceptable choice. It's like so good and really affordable. If you never tried it before, go to your local Asian grocery and give it a try. No regrets. It's not very spicy either. I feel like it just has good flavor. Oh. I know this is not the most aesthetic thing, but your girl's got to eat. This one with the good wing, it's really good. And it'll be even better with the chili oil. So the chili crisp already has salt in it as well. So that's what I mean by if you make the dumpling undersalted, you can actually pair it with more things as opposed to being oversalted. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Look at that crispy wing. Yeah, now I feel determined. I really want this, but like a full circle. So I'm gonna figure that out. Or I destroy my pen trying to figure it out. I get it. I get why people try to make the wing. It's just like on top of the bottom being brown, that's like crispy, right? And then this just like shatters in your mouth. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can, but I tried. Now that I'm tasting it, I feel like the filling could even benefit from a little bit of sugar because everything is just like salty, right? So if you add a little bit of contrast, that might be more interesting. But I mean, honestly, either ways, it's homemade dumplings. Hard to beat. So good. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like we could add a little something to elevate it, but just this base is pretty good. And really, like, this crispy bit is the star of the show. Just for that, I'll do all the work all over again. Although technically you could just like fry up some slurry. If you don't want to make your own, you can also get frozen gyoza, you know, just from like a Asian grocery, and I believe that you can do the same concept. Just put down all the frozen dumplings in that spiral pattern and then pack the pan. And then you pour the slurry like in that same way. Basically cook, like brown the dumpling, right? Brown the frozen dumpling and then pour the slurry and then steam it. It might take a little bit more time to get it fully cooked since you're cooking straight from the freezer. I want to say like 1 to 2 more minutes. And then after that, you should theoretically be able to achieve the same result. We just have to figure out what is the secret slurry formula. Okay? Oh, I'm glad you can hear the crunch. But yeah, okay. That is pretty good. Let me try again. Raise this up. What time is it now? It's 9:44. Wow, this is a long stream, huh? Bring back stove. Okay. So let me think. Let's think for a second here. The first time So slurry didn't work. That was 1 teaspoon of cornstarch to, was it 1 teaspoon? Let me check. 1 teaspoon of cornstarch to 100 mLs of water. So if I were to, I think the water amount might need to increase. Let's try 150 mLs to 1 teaspoon. No, 2 teaspoon cornstarch. Does it need to be super starchy? Let me look this up. Why am I just like guessing? Let me see. Gyoza slurry. I think it would help if I cook more dumplings at a time too. Okay. Some people use flour instead of starch. Maybe that's what I should be doing. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. I thought I could just use cornstarch, but maybe it's flour. Uh-oh. Sorry, I forgot to press record. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I guess people are doing flour. See. And well, people are doing like pretty crazy amounts of liquid too. My 100 ml, but might be nothing. Let me see, how much is 1/3 cup of water? Okay. Let's try, I don't want it to be too starchy. Maybe I can use cake flour, but then that's not very accessible. Let's try cornstarch again. This time I'll do 2 teaspoons. And I'll do 150 mLs. Let's try that. Yeah. Oh. I burned the pan, so I have to wash it. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Round 2. Actually, this time, I think the smart thing to do would be maybe just experiment with the slurry, like the skirt piece by itself with no dumplings. Because then if I mess up, the dumplings won't get ruined. Right? Because I only have 11 more. Okay, let's see. Okay, 2 teaspoons. was that? Oh. I should oil this. Where'd my teaspoon go? I'm back. Maybe that's too hot. Maybe that's too hot. Maybe that's too hot. It's smoking a little bit. Add too much oil. Ooh, am I gonna start a fire? I don't want to start a fire, but I walked away and it feels like the pan is too hot now. A good way to cool it down would be to add the dumplings in to lower the heat. But I was gonna just do the skirt with no dumplings. I don't know what to do. Would it be a bad idea? Maybe if I just add the slurry in, I feel like it's gonna like react badly, right? It's gonna fly everywhere. What do you think? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Let me turn this off first because it's getting too hot. And then I'll make the cornstarch slurry. You know what? I changed my mind. We're just gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it with the dumplings because it's already late. How much more testing can I really do? It will force me to cut myself off. Okay. So... Oh yeah. Yeah, see that would be what... that on a much bigger scale if I just did the slurry. Okay, so we're doing dumplings. Knocking off some of that cornstarch that I coated on too heavily on the bottom. You know what? We're gonna do a all or nothing. I'm gonna do all of the dumplings. Yes, you heard me right. I'm just gonna go for it. Or else at this rate, it's already 10. This will be kind of an insanely long stream. Okay. This is more like the normal formation anyways. Okay, we're gonna do until they're brown on the bottom for about 3 minutes. Shift a little bit. Heat seems to be focused on this side. They're browning quickly. Okay, and I need the water. Okay, where's my scale? Okay, I did two teaspoons of that. Two teaspoons. Maybe 100 will be enough for this amount of dumplings. How many is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Okay. Let's do 100 with 2 teaspoons. See where that leads us. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, okay. I have to add this in like now. Okay. Cover. Oh. Okay, we kind of made it. Let's see. This is about similar-ish amount of water. I did 100. Previously it was probably more like 80 since I used some of it for the dumplings, like closing it. Now it's 100 for two teaspoons of cornstarch. Cook for 4.5 minutes. Could be less, could be more. You're just gonna have to see. Rather than time, it's honestly better to, you know, check on your situation. What you want to look for is the liquid has evaporated or cooked off, and then there's just like, you can hear like the sizzling, the dry sizzle of the dumpling. And I think you'll be able to see that the wing has formed as well. That's kind of when you know. Okay. I'm sweating. This is it. I'm probably gonna have to edit this before putting this on the channel. I'm thinking though, like, okay, couple things I can do. Either I can just like remove the watch, the part where I do, you know, like the actual watching of the show, because that's a copyrighted material. I can just remove that entire section and only put the cooking part on, just like as is, as, you know, like a VOD. Or I can just put the whole thing out there and see what happens. It'll probably get taken down though. Most likely it will be taken down. So probably have to, let me think. Because I would like to put at least some part of this out now so that whoever who wants to see me just make, I don't know, dumplings for like, what, how long has it been? For like 3 hours can do that. Because I could, if I take out the you know, the watch party part of this stream, I can edit that and upload it as its own video, and then leave this cooking part out there as the VOD. And then I will also make the actual like dumpling video where I'll include some of the VOD's footage in that. I don't know. I don't know if you guys have any preference, but that's just what I think. The water, we still see some water, so we're good, and the timer is on 1 minute and 15 seconds. So we got 1 more minute to go. And then if whether or not this comes out good, that will be the end of the stream, because we've been here for too long. But we got a lot done. Yeah, I could do that. So I guess I'll edit out the anime part. So edit out the anime part and then leave just the cooking stream on, and then I'll edit the anime part and re-upload that. Hopefully I can do it quickly. There's no change of camera angles or anything, and it's not like a really planned video, so I think I should be able to get that out quickly. I think I can try to oh, let me check. I can try to do the overlay, but from what I can tell, usually React's channel, they clip it, right? They tend to watch the whole thing and then they clip just like leaving the sections that they thought were interesting, and that becomes its own like React video. At least that's my understanding. And then that also combats the copyright thing. Okay, I think we're done here. Oh, okay. I think we actually have something here this time. I'm gonna lower the fire. Never mind lowering the fire, I ran out of gas anyway, so it's automatically lowered. But you want to do it on a small fire, like 30 seconds. This actually looks really promising this time. I think the 100 ml plus 2 teaspoon cornstarch works. Now we just want it the edges to like crisp up so that it can lift off. There's no more fire, so this might take a little bit more than 30 seconds, but I'm hoping that there's enough heat here to get that done. Let me see. Then I'll do the plate thing again. I'm just gonna wait for this edge to dry up. Most of the sides are like lifting off. I do see there's some wetness in this region just because the heat is uneven and I ran out of gas, which doesn't help. I can replace that. Let me just replace that because I want to do this properly. Why did it run out? There's still gas in here. Then I just not turn it on properly? Oh, this is my problem. Okay, small fire. 30 seconds, gonna shift it so that it can dry up this side where it's more wet. Yay! Okay, I shouldn't celebrate too soon. I think that it's promising, but who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen. Maybe it won't unstick. Maybe I'm wrong. I do want it to brown just a little bit. Should I just call it done? Okay, it is working. The wet spots are kind of drying up now. I'm kind of scared of overcooking the dumplings, so I think I'm just gonna stop here. It might break off, but we'll see. Then drizzle on the sesame oil, which we didn't get to do earlier. Okay, that's good. That's good. And then this plate. I'm fine. This pan is just slightly too big because this is like a pretty big dinner plate. Oh, why did I take that off? Now I can't lift it. Silly me. Oh. Oh. We kind of did it. God damn it. Yay! Let me just shift it. I don't know if I can shift it without shattering it. Wow, I didn't know my aim was like so poor. Yay! It's pretty good, right? The increasing cornstarch definitely worked, and also just having more dumplings so that the liquid is, you know, more condensed as opposed to like spread out, so it can actually firm up into these crispy bits. Yay! It's insane that you people are still here. I thought most people would be like the chat would be empty by now, but thank you for staying for this long just to see this dumplings. Oh, I'll give you a close-up. This is gonna be quite messy to clean up after, huh? Remove that. Whoa. Yay, we did it! Isn't that like pretty good? I'm so glad it worked out. Thank you so much, JT. Appreciate you guys joining in. Yay! It's like 10 p.m. I don't think I should like eat all of this. Mmm. That skirt. I'm a convert. I had gyoza before, but I don't know if I had. I can't remember the last time I had one like that had a skirt on it like this. All in one bite. That's crazy. I know like I'm a glutton, but even this is like too much. I will eat a few because I want to know what the difference is. I have vinegar here. I won't use the chili anymore because it's a bit too salty, the filling. I have to adjust that, but oh, I'm so proud. That's hot. That's very hot. Yeah. Again, too salty. You know what? It might be that soy sauce, the one that I bought for to copy Mukoda. I haven't really used it yet, but it might. I think it's like very salty, like compared to regular soy sauce. It might not be. I know it's like some kind of special soy sauce. It might be fermented or something. So maybe that's it. Maybe the recipe is fine if you just use regular soy sauce. I will try and let you know. But the burn is worth it. I feel like I can't just like open it up because once I open it, all the filling will just fall out. So you just gotta go for it. But yeah, one sec. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a problem. I have the soy sauce here now, and for 1 tablespoon, it has 1020 milligrams, which I feel like is like a crazy amount. I don't. Do I have regular soy sauce I can compare it to? Okay, yeah, like that's like this is regular like low sodium soy sauce and it's 590. So this is twice the amount of salt to like a low sodium soy sauce. So that's definitely yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They did some kind of fancy stuff with this. I think it's just different methods of brewing the soy sauce itself. Like it's still, at its core, they're both soy sauces, but I think with different techniques you can achieve different flavors. But yeah, so this, if I use this, I should probably just use like half. So I think I'll try the recipe I have again, and then see with regular soy sauce if that's any different. Okay. Okay, I'll eat one more. Yeah, thanks for joining, you guys. I know it was like a super chaotic stream, especially if you just joined at the start. But I'm glad we did this. I will eat more of this, but probably off stream. Let me just adjust the camera real quick. Oh, that is very messy. There we go. Yeah, I kind of have a crazy setup with like computers over here and like cooking things over here. And yeah, I mean, thanks for joining, guys. I hope I can do this again soon. I'll probably fine tune and figure out a better method to do this, and then hopefully we won't have technical difficulties again. But yeah, maybe I'll do an episode 2 for this season. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Good night or good morning. Thanks for watching.